Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be a first impressions on MAC's new foundation. It's called the Studio Waterweight SPF 30 foundation, and I was really interested in trying this because I've heard lots of good things about it from my friend who works at MAC, and one of my other friends really likes it too, so I thought that I would give it a go. So basically we're going to get right into it. It looks like this. It's a little glass bottle with a dropper, so that's good, so that you can actually get the product out of the bottle rather than MAC's other products where you have to tap it. At least this one has a dropper. I got the shade NC25, which obviously isn't the same colour as my face, but it does match my body. If I do like this foundation, I'll probably get it in my fair skin tone as well, but considering the fact that lately I've been fake tanning, I thought I would get it in my fake tan shade. This retails at about $70, I can't remember exactly. I did buy mine from a MAC store. They do have a really big colour range like all of their other products. I'd say probably about 20 shades, 15 to 20. I didn't really check. Anyway, let's jump right into it. I'm going to be applying it with a flat top brush because when this brush came out, a brush came out with it, a little like angled flat top brush, so I'm assuming that's kind of the desired way to apply the foundation. So it says shake well, apply directly to face, blend with finger, sponge or appropriate foundation brush. I don't like using my fingers if I can avoid it. I don't really think a sponge would work too great with this, so I'm going to stick with the flat top brush. So I'm giving it a really good shake. Right, so I've got a clean flat surface and I'm going to pump some out onto it. One thing that I have noticed, I've tried a few of these sort of like serum foundations with droppers, and I find it so hard to get the product out of the dropper. Oh, this one isn't bad, that's good. So that's really good because the Bobbi Brown one, the Intensive Skin Serum Moisturizing whatever foundation, I literally get no product out of it and it drives me insane. It's a nice foundation, but I can never get product out of the bottle. Anyway, I'm going to tip this up so that we can see how watery it is. You can see it's actually not really watery. It is definitely watery, but I thought it would be more, this isn't exactly water light or water like makeup. Anyway, I've moisturized my face really quickly. I've got some on the brush already, but I'm just going to spritz my face with my got it in my mouth, my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, just to give me that little boost of hydration. And I'm just going to start applying this to my face. Doesn't really have a major scent, which is good because most of MAC's foundations kind of smell painty. This sort of just smells, I can't really tell because the last foundation that I used on this brush, even though it's washed, was really fragranced, so I can't tell if this one has a scent. I don't think it's that major if it does. So this is what one layer looks like on the one side of my face. The colour is a wee bit light for my fake tan, but I am going to build this up. This would definitely be a straight light foundation. You can see that it is covering up, like I have quite a bit of redness on my cheeks. On this side it is, I feel like I can't even really see the redness. That's probably because I am using a darker shade, so it kind of covers it. But my redness is lessened, my blemishes are less dark because it's kind of more hyperpigmentation, so they're not as dark. But overall it is definitely a light finish. So I'm actually just going to build up the coverage on this side before moving on. So I'm just going to pat it over my cheeks. I did forget to say that it looks like I've got nothing on with one coat. We'll see what it looks like with two coats in a minute. It's very bright outside, so you can't really see the true colour of the foundation, but that's okay because I think you can see the coverage. With the second coat, it's kind of gone to somewhere between light and medium, so this, I'm totally fine with this. I love lightweight foundations, and obviously being called the waterweight foundation, you're not going to be expecting it to be full coverage, so if you want a full coverage foundation, do not buy this. If you want a medium coverage foundation, I probably wouldn't even buy this. It's like very lightweight. It feels like I've just got like a serum on my skin. It's kind of drying down to a skin like / slightly dewy finish. With that second coat, it's kind of built up the colour to be more like my fake tan. I don't know if you can really see on camera, but that second coat, because it is such a thin lightweight foundation, it needed two coats to pick up its true colour. So yeah, I really like that. Looking closely at my skin in terms of pores, my pores aren't accentuated, my dryness around my nose isn't accentuated. It looks absolutely beautiful. I'm really impressed with it. So I'm going to go ahead and apply two coats to the other half of my face, and then I will be right back. So now that I've finished my two full coats across my face, you can see that it matches my body really well. On camera it's looking a teeny bit washed out. but it does match me really well, so I wouldn't have to bronze or anything. I just apply powder and we're set. I do have a little bit of product left over, so I'm going to go ahead and see how far we can build. It's definitely buildable in the sense that applying a second coat isn't making it go cakey, but because the coverage is so light, I don't actually know how far you could build it in terms of coverage, but in terms of the formula, it's not going cakey or anything, so we shall see. So this is what the face looks like with the foundation on. With the extra coats on my cheeks, I feel like I've kind of built it to, I guess you could call this medium coverage, but in my opinion it's kind of not worth the effort because it's supposed to be natural. Like, I would never go higher coverage than this with this foundation. I do think it's really, really beautiful. It definitely has a dewy finish. Hopefully you guys can see that on camera. So if you had oily skin, you would definitely want to see your face. I think I'm just going to do a really light dusting of powder and kind of embrace the dewy look, so I might just go ahead and film a dewy tutorial while I'm here. Anyway, it's 10:20 in the morning right now, so I'm going to be keeping this on till probably about 7 o'clock at night, so we'll see how we go. I haven't heard anything about the wear power of this, so we will have to try that out for ourselves. So I'm going to go and finish my face and then I'll be right back. So it's been basically 20 minutes since I finished the foundation. I have applied powder, some blush, a little bit of concealer under the eyes and some highlight. So the foundation, ignoring my cheekbones because they're highlighted, you can see it's kind of gone down to a natural finish with that powder, because I did apply quite a mattifying powder. That's just the only powder that I have at the moment that matches my skin tone, but you can see it is, to the touch it feels not totally matte and set, so if you had dry skin this would be a good foundation to keep your skin nourished, whereas if you had oily skin I don't know how well that would work. I can't vouch for it as my skin is more normal to dry. I do really love the way that it looks on the skin though. It looks really natural if I go up close, even though I have got quite like a mattifying, almost like a heavy powder. It still looks really natural on my skin. It looks natural around the nose, around the eyebrows, and in this area here, like in between my eyebrows and down my nose where it can get kind of cakey sometimes. So far I'm really loving the way that it looks. I'm really hoping that it lasts the whole day, because it having such a high SPF would make it like the perfect everyday foundation, because it is not too cakey, not too heavy, really natural looking. So fingers crossed it lasts a long time, because it could be my new foundation, my go-to foundation for school and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to go and get on with my day. I have some other filming to do. I'm gonna take Corpo places, I'm gonna do some stuff, and then yeah, I'll be back to check in with you guys a few times during the day, so I will see you soon. Hey guys, so it's nearly 2:15, so let's just say that it's 2:20, that makes it 11, 12, 4 hours since I applied the foundation, and it's still looking really good. I feel like it doesn't feel as powdered as it does before, like it feels a little bit more tacky. I think that's just because it is a moisturising sort of foundation, so I'm going to kind of make the assumption now and say that it won't be good for oily skin unless you really do like a dewy sort of foundation and use a mattifying primer and set it with powder. I don't think it would wear all that great. I feel like there's been slight breakdown on my chin, if I'm being honest. I usually like, I don't know, I don't like to be like, it's already starting to look bad, but it's not looking bad or anything, but I feel like there is a little bit of breakdown in the centre of my chin. That could be because I always touch my chin and I do have a lot of redness there. And it could be because the concealer that I applied there didn't blend properly. I'm not sure, but I'm letting you know that the chin doesn't look quite as good. And my forehead is starting to look dewy again. To me this looks dewy rather than oily, but again if you're oily this might be like oil slick. I'm really liking it. Looks really pretty, really natural. Corby said that my skin looked really good today, so that's when you know that it looks really good, when your boyfriend tells you that. Anyway, I'm going to go and do some jobs. I'm going to actually clean my room, so this sounds ridiculous, but I'm probably going to work up a sweat, but my room's really dirty, so I'm going to work up a sweat. So yeah, I'm going to go and do that, and I'll see you guys in a few more hours. So I'm back for my final update, and it is 6:12, so again rounding it up to 6:20, it's been about 8 hours since I put the foundation on my face. I'm just going to grab a mirror and I'm going to look quite up close. You can 100% see more oil in my skin. If I'm touching it, I can feel like the oil, there is definitely oil there, it's not just dewiness. I will confess I did touch up my chin a little bit because I need to go out in a minute, so I forgot that I was filming a first impression, touched up, and I was like, damn it. So that probably looks better than it did before. But I am noticing some fading, particularly around my mouth. I don't know if you can really tell, but right here there's a little faded patch. There's some down here on my chin. And there's also kind of like this area on my forehead. You can tell because it's gone slightly lighter, like my natural skin tone. But overall, like, it's holding up well on my nose. Everywhere else on my face is holding up really well. So all in all, I like this foundation. I'm not going to say that I love it. I personally never touch up during the day, so this is what my foundation would look like by the end of the day, if that makes sense. Like, I never ever take the time to touch up. So I don't know. I do definitely think that it's a good foundation. I will try it out more though. I want to experiment with different primers, different moisturizers and stuff like that, because I feel like I could probably get a little bit more wear out of this. This is a really great amount of wear for 8 hours though, mind you, for like a foundation that is natural. 8 hours and still looking this good is amazing. I am just going to go ahead really quickly and just touch up the face, but before I do, nothing has sunken into my pores. It's gone a little bit cakey around my nose, although to be honest I blame my powder for that. Still looks good between the eyebrows. It hasn't sunken into any fine lines. My under eye, wow, it has a little bit on the under eye, but that's my concealer, not my foundation. So I'm just going to quickly dust my face with a little bit of the powder that I used at the start of the day, just to see how well it touches up. Looks pretty simple, like, you know, it's touching up really nicely. So after that touch up, my skin looks really good. I'm not going to go as far as to say good as new, but it looks really, really nice. I still think this is a really good foundation. I mean, if you're going to touch it up once during the day, you're going to get at least 8 hours wear, if not 10 hours wear out of it. I'm definitely going to play around though with some other primers. I'm probably going to stick to water-based primers because I can only assume this product is water-based, but yeah, I'm going to give it a go with some other things. All in all, I would say that I do recommend this foundation for those of you who are looking for a nice light to medium coverage foundation. So if you have nice flawless skin and you just want something to even out your complexion, or if you're like me and you don't have perfect skin but you prefer to look more natural, this would be a great everyday foundation. I do love the fact that this has the SPF of 30 in it, because it is more than enough to protect your skin from the sun's harsh rays. But do keep in mind that if you are going to buy this, this will not be suitable for flash photography, as it does flash back. Please let me know down below if you guys have tried this foundation, what you think of it. I'd be interested to see other people's opinions. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy this first impression. If you have anything else that you'd like to see me do a first impression on, please let me know down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you all next time. Bye!